a lot to unpack here, and we're going to do that with Bloomberg Technology co-host Caroline Hine, because whether it is in reality a competitive threat or just in philosophy, I am wondering what this means for Apple, where you have the president here saying all of these phones will be made in America, and we know he wants somebody else to do that too.
Well, we should make clear, these are two different threads, right? There's a mobile phone service on the networks, and then there's the actual piece of hardware.
I
didn't mention that.
Phone.
That's the T1 gold phone,
which
right?
you can put $100 down on and buy it for $499 eventually, and it's meant to come to you in sometime in September. Who is making or manufacturing these phones? We don't know, because thus far we don't have really any phone manufacturing here in the United States. There is like one or two offerings that cost usually thousands of dollars because, well, the cost of doing business here is high. But clearly they want to put a stake in the ground to say you can manufacture here in the US, you should, and you can get it in a gold T1 version. But also, as you say, this is about offering for, what is it, $47.45 per month, across the United States, of application of phones being able to use the underlying infrastructure of T-Mobile, of AT&T, of Verizon. But this is what we call like these mobile virtual operating networks. These are huge. You see them everywhere. You talk about Mint-Mat a lot, but we've got basically hundreds of these virtual operators already here in the United States. Google Fi, for example, you can use as well. But it's becoming ever more lucrative because there are ever more budget conscious customers coming to them saying, I want something other than the slightly more pricey offerings out there thus far, and I want to be able to use perhaps slightly less data. I don't mind if I max out and then suddenly get slowed down. So you're getting many more offerings, and this is, well, the Trump organization trying to coin in on his name.
Is it too early to ask what role Starlink might play? Because the two of them kind of made up just in time for this announcement. We don't see Starlink on the list of the press release.
A lot of these AT&T, Verizon have relationships with satellite offerings, whether it's Starlink or whether it's a competitor. And at the moment, if you have an Apple phone, for example, you can, when you lose reception, you can hold it up and send a message no matter what. I'm sure that they'll dig into some of the details. Thus far, there aren't many details.
Well,
to be
and most
frank.
importantly, with an Apple phone, it'll be a blue message, right? God forbid you get a green bubble in your phone, and that's what this T1 is going to have.
It's going to be Android. It's going to be phasing out that blue versus green, Matt. I know that this is something that personally riles you, and I think they're going to be pulling back on that. But you're right, they are offering Android, and I think actually that's the real competitive threat here. Look, an iPhone SE is about the similar price point, but really this is going after a Pixel 8a. This is a lower price $499 phone.